Welcome back to More Moss to the People. My name is Asa Nilsson and I am your host. And today, well, if you're watching this on YouTube, then you'll see that I have somebody sitting next to me, my beloved husband, Thomas Kindberg.
Hey. Hello.
Hello. Hi. So today is a really super special day in our lives. It is June 11th, Tuesday, June 11th, and we have been waiting for this day for so long. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. But I want to first just start by saying this is just like a little housekeeping thing that July, I am going to be taking the month off. I'm taking a radical sabbatical from the podcast during the month of July. Excuse me. So I encourage you to listen to old episodes, watch some old episodes. I have fantastic, beautiful guests. Thomas was even a guest in 2022 when I introduced him to the world, and I will do a small introduction again today. He does not love being here. He does not even want to be here with me today. But I thank you. I appreciate you doing this. I appreciate it because this is a big deal. This is a big deal for us, and we'll get to talking, and I'll ask some questions of Thomas in a minute. But today is the day that Thomas and I are launching, him and I working together with Swedish death cleaning and decluttering in people's homes all over the world. And that's why I wanted him to be my guest today. And Thomas, how do you feel now about stopping your job, your work that you have been working at for how many years?
I've been in the school system for 10 years. Then I was at a bank called Swedbank in Sweden for 25 years. So this is a new world.
Yeah.
I've been working for like 9 to 5.
You've been working,
Yeah.
since 1995.
Yeah. So I can't understand it. This is the first day. So
yeah, he doesn't understand. Well, it's not that you don't understand work, but what let me clarify a little bit.
I can't understand. I'm like not working for the man, or it feels like I have a vacation.
Yeah. Well, you literally are on vacation.
It probably takes a couple of months, weeks, or whatever.
Well, I think that when you're so used to working for another person or another company that you belong to them. You belong to the company, which of course, hopefully, if you're working for somebody else, you would want to actually devote yourself and your life to the place that you consider to be your employer. But I mean, I got to tell you, I know a lot of people that are not happy in the work that they are doing. They are not happy with their lives. And Thomas and I got to a point where he would come home from work every day at the end of the day, and he would just lay on the sofa, and he would just need about 2 hours to decompress from just the noise levels alone. And I mean, Thomas, you're a drummer. You're a drummer, a jazz drummer, a beautiful drummer. So you have been around loud music, you've been around loud noises, but the older that we are getting, we realize that we are more negatively affected by surr. It's called surr in Swedish, and I'm not sure, like ambient noises. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Like just like the noises of like always constant noise around you that you can't have any time to think. So, you said that it's going to take a minute for you to not think that you're on vacation, because yesterday was his last day at the school, and you are actually on vacation now from the school because he had to get vacation time in. Otherwise, you would have to be bought out of those, and that's ridiculous for a tax standpoint for our sake.
For Monday. I'm on vacation tomorrow.
Yeah, so he's on vacation till next Monday. And so which just means that he is still employed by his previous job, but we are kickstarting this. We are kickstarting our life together as partners in crime, as working together for helping people with our gifts. Now, even today, when we were driving home, we went to give blood today, and we were talking about how Thomas had to stop by the job to pick up some things that he had forgotten yesterday and drop off some things that needed to be dropped. And people come to him and run up to him. Oh my God, Thomas, we're going to miss you so much. You have been such a calm individual, a calm person in my life, and you've given such excellent advice. He listens. You know, what do you feel about that? Because I don't want to do all the talking, and I know you're not super comfortable with this, but I want you to talk about how you feel about the experience that you've had, and now when people share with you how happy they are and how much you have honored them by listening to them over these years.
Well, I mean, about the school, I didn't hate the school. I loved my coworkers, and I mean, most kids do. Some of them, yeah. But society changed very fast, and kids today, they're not like kids who were 3 years ago when I started at this school. So it's very hard to understand them, how they think. But maybe I'm old. So,
We're old.
yeah, we're old. We're old.
We're definitely old, and we have no children.
No.
So I think that, but ultimately, I mean, you're working with people all kinds of ages, but you know that they say to you, Thomas, you always give such excellent counsel. You give such good advice. You
Yeah.
give.
I mean, most of my coworker was like between 30, 40, and I'm 58. So of course I have much more experience, life experience. So, and I'm very interested in about the world, news, what's happening, economy, and geographic, everything. So I think I know a lot about the whole world. So
You do.
yeah.
You
And
do.
when you discuss with people, they are like impressed that you know so much about a country or China or whatever. Yeah. So,
But it's an area of
yeah,
interest for
yeah,
you. I mean, that
yeah,
is something, it's one of your passions. He's extremely good with geography and history and talking. He can talk to anybody about anything, and he has some knowledge of everything, which to me is so fascinating because when we first got together, you know, Thomas is talking about a global impact and the world has to do this. And I was like, okay, well, like I can't think that big because it was too big for me. I can't conceptualize how I can make a difference in the world to the world, right? I'm more like, okay, well, if I can help you sitting right here in front of me today, then that is my contribution to the world. So you and I are both different in the fact that we both want to help and make a difference and an impact in the world. You think on a very global level. I think more on a community level. That's very important to me, but I think it works well. I think we work well together.
For me, you as a person, you're important, very important, but you're just one of, what is it, 8 billion, and we have to work together. So you're just one of those people.
Yeah.
So you're not super. People think they are so important today, like me, like, but you're not so important.
No, I don't agree.
In the big. But together we are important.
Well, I don't agree with that because if I do not do the best that I can in my world with the people around me, then I'm definitely nobody.
No, but maybe I don't mean that. Maybe with social media, people have been very. It's all about me. In a negative way, but social media has also a very positive aspect. So,
which I will speak to right this very minute. Thomas is not on social media. Okay, he
No,
doesn't have Facebook. He has nothing.
It has benefits, big benefits, but I think sometimes the ego for people, is too big because.
Well, I definitely agree with that. The whole look at me, look at me, look at me. But today, I have, whether this has gone out or not, I have sent press releases all over Sweden to different magazines, newspapers, even like the radio station. I have no idea if those things went out or they actually posted them. I have no clue. I don't know how we're supposed to know about that. But so I made a post on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram today with information about Thomas joining me today. Simple picture post and a good bit of verbiage, but the support that we received from so many beautiful people in my network that are so happy for us. And that's the good part about social media. That to me comes back to the grassroots of why did social media even come to be, to build community. Of course, now there's people that are abusing that every single day for whatever reasons they are doing. But we were asking people, I mean, that wasn't look at me, look at us. Look, we're doing this. We're super excited. Will you share us with your world too? Because maybe you know somebody that needs some Swedish death cleaning and decluttering in their life, and we will travel.
Yeah.
So that was an advertisement basically for us asking people for help, which is hugely hard for me. And
that was fantastic.
Thomas is even worse with asking for help from anybody. So we are learning, and you are watching us grow as human beings and as now business partners, not just life partners.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we are business partners.
Yeah, we are. And this is nothing I've ever done before. I did have a business partner before, but it was not a spouse. And Thomas, you have, I mean, I've worked in real estate. Now I've worked as a life coach for 7 years, and with the podcasting. So I have been doing things on my own. And Thomas has been so beautiful to support this and encourage my dream of growing this in the world, because I do think it's important, the movement of more malls to the people. And Thomas is all about the nature too. Thankfully for that. Now he doesn't necessarily want to be any part of this podcasting, but
no, but I believe in that. I mean, more most going back to a little bit simple life. I think that life today is in the Western world is not super good because many people have like problems, like what is it called, psychological problems.
A lot of
just stressed, and kids
Too
feel
much.
like shit because of stress. And
yes, everyone feels like shit because of stress and because of all of these different problems.
So I think we have to go back to what's important. I mean, consumption is very important today, like buy. But I don't think that's the meaning of life.
Well, no, I don't think it's the meaning of life, nor is it going to be helping us in the long term, in the long run. And it's getting out of hand already. And I mean, we are big here in Sweden. We are very thankfully very far advanced with recycling programs, and how much of the materials are repurposed, reused, upcycled, recycled, which I absolutely love.
I guess 95% of all stuff we throw, so that's going back to.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think
95%. I hope that you can hear Thomas okay, because he speaks he's such a faint voice.
A faint voice. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, 95%. So this is Sweden. I mean, this is one country, a very small country, but we're making a difference. And this getting back to slowing down, cutting out, eliminating, and using what we have. This is why Thomas also wanted to do this work with me, because he values also feeling more versus having more. This is something that the ground pillars of what we are basing our life, our business around is peace, freedom, and community. Having peace in our hearts comes from not having so many things and so much stuff around us to weigh us down. Having freedom and the feeling of being free means we are unencumbered, or we are untethered from the things that hold us down, which are typically things. Yeah. So, and then the community, we're building a beautiful community with people that understand that starting to think about our own one day demise, one day that we are going to die, is not to be afraid, or is not to be panicky. It's not to be pessimistic. Like I wrote in the post today, it is to be optimistic. It is so that we can live today instead of one day and then rushing and pushing and shoving or doing nothing, and then our family having to come in the aftermath after we have passed away and having to take care of everything for us. We leave no mess behind. That is what we are a stand for. And if you feel like that is something that is aligned with you too, write us. We want to hear your comments and your thoughts and your feedback. This is something huge for us and for the collective. And I will say, the more people that I talk to about this, the more people say, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't like what you're talking about. I don't like to talk about death. I don't even know why I would start doing, I mean, people that are a lot older than us are saying that, no, I'm not, I don't talk about that with my family. I don't want to talk about that with my family. All right, that's cool. You don't have to, but it's going to come and talk to you. So would you rather have a conversation with somebody that you're safe with, and to be able to tell us what your fears are, and we'll talk through your fears. We'll go through your stuff and not make judgments on what it is that you have, because God knows, we probably have had it all ourselves, seen it all, done it all. Me more so than him. It's not about, I mean, Thomas and I are two people. If we can spread this message in the world that, can you start thinking about your own home? Can you start thinking through your own belongings? Can you start thinking, maybe somebody that I know or that I love would want to have this now? You know, yeah, I can give it to them when I die, but maybe they want it now and I can enjoy in it now with them. So that's what we're doing over here up in our neck of the woods.
That's also part of this recycling system
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes, it's a circular economy, it's called. That's a big power words here in Sweden. I don't know if it is in other parts of the world.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like, not just what's called death cleaning. It's like a life cleaning. You clean your life.
Yeah.
Life cleaning instead of death cleaning.
Yeah, I know. People are like, well, can you call it something else? I'm like, well, it is actually called death cleaning, but you don't have to be dead in order to do the death cleaning.
You could be a 30.
You could be, yeah, you could be a 31-year-old. That's right. I mean, it's true. I mean, there could be a 31-year-old who needs some help going through their things because they have accumulated already so much. And I want you to think about your finances and your bank statements and all these things. Everything is tied together. How we live our lives shows up in our bank statements. What we value most shows up. So are you living your values? And sometimes we just get lost. That's easy to do. And I'm not saying that I haven't been lost for more than 50 years of my life, because God knows I have. But I always seem to find my way back. And I'm not judging. We're not judging you. We're not saying that something is wrong if you do not do this work. All we want you to do is to consider slowing down, paring down, and seeing how you feel when you do. Or talk to somebody else about maybe planning something, or maybe we can do some work together. Maybe you can get a friend over and you can work in their house. They can help you work, and you know what I mean? Like, do something together. This isn't about Thomas and I. We cannot help everybody. We're two people, right? We're just getting a conversation going, and we would love to help you if it's a good fit, but we're not for everyone and everyone's not for us, but everyone is going to need to do the work. And that's what I think is important, that people understand. And when we share this with other people and they say, wow, this is like a really niche, interesting thing that you guys are doing. I don't hear anybody else doing this. Why do you think that is? Because nobody is doing it. And so we have to have the conversation. And that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, my love? Yeah. So this is the beginning. I hope to have Thomas back.
Yeah.
See, he's so good at this. He's so natural. He's a natural
Wow.
of being. Yes, you're fine. It's just you and I talking into a computer. That's all we're doing. And we're sharing our hearts and our love with the world in the way that we can, and that we know that we can, and that we have the skills and capability and capacity.
The muscle power.
And my muscles from Brussels right here. He's got the muscles there. I mean, I have different muscles. My muscle is speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is who we are. This is more moss, less mess right here. This is the getting rid of things today so you can have peace. Maybe tomorrow, hopefully today. Yeah, that's what we wanted to share with you today. Thank you. We thank you for listening and for witnessing us in our new phase and new transition of our lives. And we look forward to sharing more with you here. I'll see you next week. Thank you very much for your time and for sharing your
Thank you.
ear with us today. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you on the flip side.